regular scheduled meeting, again, Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. And from this point, we need to approve the minutes from February 17th, 2026. So you have those printed, gentlemen. We have a motion to receive those as printed.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mike.
Second.
Second by Richard. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And any opposed? All right, so carried. Mayor, your report.
Okay, first thing we've got, did we lose him? He left, okay. We've got a retirement plaque. Alan was here earlier. We'll give that at a later date. So, next thing is I want to echo what Todd said about our girls basketball. We're very proud of the team and what they've done thus far. And they are, my understanding, have went to Birmingham today and will be playing in the Final Four tomorrow. So if you get a chance to go down and be part of that, I'm sure they would welcome you to be there. So go Fort Payne Wildcats, ladies, bring us home a win. I also wanted to make mention on down in the agenda is an item. We typically have done an appropriation to the school for $100,000, and this appropriation goes to all of the different school functions, girls basketball, boys basketball, baseball, golf, soccer, all those different events or organizations, and this money will be divided among them, so that gives $3,500 to the girls basketball team to use for transportation and hotel rooms and stuff in Birmingham tonight. So we went ahead and cut that check yesterday. That's an appropriation that we do every year, so that was done yesterday, so just wanted to let everybody know that.
No.
It's the different robotics. The FPTV gets some of that. A lot of the sports, all the different sports. Yeah. And then I think the principals all get a discretionary fund that they're able to use. If something comes up for their particular school, they've got some discretionary money in there that they can use. So. Okay, next I had a good meeting with the ALDOT director, John Cooper, last week. We did talk about the intersection at Highway 35, Jordan Road, Airport Road. That's been an ongoing project which was supposed to have been completed before Larry Chesser left office more than 6 years ago. So they have run into some snags in trying to get all the utilities and all that moved and get everything, all the right-of-ways acquired. They are in that process of getting all the utilities moved. I think they've still got maybe two, AT&T and Farmers are the two that's lacking. And I know with previous experience that AT&T takes a while to get that process going forward, but it is gonna happen. They're gonna be adding a lane on 35 that'll be a right-hand dedicated lane on each side, so that should help the traffic flow there in afternoons and pretty much any time. It will be a process. It's not going to be a comfortable process. It's going to be tough getting in and out down there. So just know that there is better days coming after that. Don't know, they didn't have an exact start date, but I know that they're waiting for some of the equipment and stuff to come in. They said there's usually 6 to 9 month lead times on some of that equipment that they have to bring in. So be patient. It is going to happen. I know some folks have said, you know, is this ever going to happen? It is going to happen. It's just it's a process, and he assured me that they're working on it and going to have that intersection will be fixed, hopefully sooner than later. I also wanted to remind everybody of the Spark Places of Innovation brought by Landmarks in Main Street in the city that'll be at the Coal and Iron Building. It'll be through March the 25th from 10 to 4, and I think on Saturdays they have special presentations at the Opera House. I think this past Saturday was Fort Payne's first boom. I'm not sure exactly what the next Saturday, Connie, do you know the next? The gigabytes, okay. So that should be an interesting one as well. But if you've not had a chance to go down and check that out, I encourage you to go down by there and check that out. And also just wanted to remind that spring's around the corner. If you've got any cleanup that needs to be done, our city dump is open and you're able to go by and take your stuff. And I'm sure that the civic clubs, like I said, will be having a cleanup day at some point between now and the end of April. And so let's all do our part and keep Fort Payne clean. So that's all I've got.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Next, we will have citizen participation. So first item is a public hearing to discuss the petition to vacate an unnamed alley requested by Alicia Engel Pate Harrell. And this was assisted by Miss Nikki Scott. She's in attendance today. So I want to open this up for a public hearing on this alleyway. Who would like to begin? Or Miss Scott, would you like to mention something? If you could come up to the microphone, please.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm
Good afternoon.
Nikki Scott, and I'm here. I represent Alicia Harrell, and we filed a petition to vacate an unopened, unnamed alley in Fort Payne. And we attached a copy of the tax map to the petition, but I've gone back and sort of marked maybe a little bit better on this, and if I can, I'll present one to everybody.
Sure.
Sorry.
That's all right. Thank you.
So this property is located, Ms. Harrell's house fronts on Forest Avenue, and the alley is behind her house. She also owns the lots behind the alley, and then there is an adjoining landowner, one other one, who was a Mr. Billy Ray Bethune. I attached copies of these deeds to the petition too, so you have it. But Mr. Bethune had a life estate deed where on his death, the property automatically went to three of his relatives, Melanie Roberts, Jordan Roberts, and Juliana Roberts. And they have all signed consents to this alley being vacated. And so that constitutes, along with my client, all of the surrounding property owners. So the alley, it's never been opened. It's approximately 15 feet in width. And it doesn't provide ingress or egress for any other people in that area. And there's a convenient and responsible means of ingress and egress to and from the property of all other property owners around there, such that they don't have to go through that alley, and you couldn't go through it if you wanted to. It's grown up. So what we're asking is that the alley would be vacated by resolution, and I've prepared a proposed resolution. And what happens is legally, when an alley is vacated, then one half of the alley goes to the property owner on one side and the other half goes to the property owner on the other side. So if it's a 15-foot wide alley, then 7.5 feet to one and 7.5 feet to the other. Alicia owns the property on both sides up to a point that you can see on the tax map. So in her case, there would be a deed to her for the full width of the alley in that area, and I prepared a deed for that. And then there would be 2 more deeds where she would get half of the alley on north of that area, and then the Roberts, the 3 people that inherited the Bethune property, would get the 7.5 feet on the other side.
Okay.
So I prepared the deeds and the resolution for that. If you're okay, I'll submit that to you, John.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
By vacating the alley, nobody will be burdened or forced to go in a different direction to get to their house or anything like that. So we're just asking that you all vacate the alley.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Scott. Mr. Hopper, have you had a chance to review this?
I have.
You good?
I talked to Ms. Scott prior to today, and I've looked at all the paperwork.
Okay,
No issue.
thank you. Is there anyone else from the public that would like to speak on behalf of this? So this is your time. Okay. Anybody else need to see this resolution that's prepared?
We got it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ms. Scott, for your presentation. And at this time, we'll consider that resolution later on in the agenda. At this time, under the citizen participation segment, we will also have discussion regarding the additional stop signs at the following locations: Sanders Avenue Northeast and the intersection of Rucker Street Northeast. So this is near the city pool currently. And then also suggestions for Terrapin Hills. I saw a petition that citizens in Terrapin signed, and we got that in the hands of Chief. Chief and Mike Grant rode this area. So at this time, I would ask for Chief, if you would, to come up, or use that mic there and just speak to those 2 different locations. And if that one doesn't come on, we can use this one.
We've been getting for the last few years, especially on Terrapin, we've gotten numerous complaints in that area for speeding. We've tried things with our electronic signs. It's been asked about putting a stop sign in that area. Myself and Mike, we went and drove the area through. There's no, from the start of Big Wheels to the end of Big Wheels, there is no stopping. There's, of course, it's golf course, a lot of traffic from the golfers going back and forth on the carts, a lot of kids in the area. So we did determine that probably about the best place to put a stop sign would be, that could help control this. And this is just to help control the speeding. It's not necessarily the egress from the side roads. This is help to control the speeding through the area. Is maybe putting one at Allen Drive, I believe, Allen Road.
Okay? One of them?
Just one, yes. sir.
Just one, okay. Any other locations?
No, right
Okay.
now, we'd like to just try it with just the one.
All right.
Get too many, then you start having other issues.
Yes.
So, and as far as Sanders Avenue and Rutgers Street, we had talked about this, and up until recently, it's kind of the first I've heard about it. I mean, as far as a complaint in the area, and we've had complaints before, but it was coming off of Rutgers.
Mm-hmm.
He was having issues with viewing, and Tim and them had to go trim some hedges to help that. As far as the speeding goes, I mean, I'd like to be able to maybe get some extra patrol through there, because we have a stop sign just a few blocks up from it. So I'd like to maybe try to do an area of extra patrol what I'd like to know is, from the person that's requesting this is there a time frame that we can look at and focus, to help maybe alleviate? Now, Rutgers will eventually be closing in the near future, so maybe that in itself will help alleviate some of the traffic in that area. Because we talked about a lot of traffic leaving maybe the Child Development Center will shoot across through that area, so that road is fixing to take care of itself. It's only gonna be for residences on there anyway, so. But that's my thoughts on the matter right now.
Okay. And what Chief described, Rucker going east toward the Child Development Center, when it runs into Highway 35, the arrestor bed that AlDOT is going to do the project, that will take care of that part of Rucker.
Correct,
Up until this point at Sanders.
correct.
Thank you, Chief.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other comment from the public as far as either of these two locations? Yes, sir. Can you come up here? And state your name, please.
My name's Steve Howard, and I've got a couple questions about the stop sign on, what'd you say?
Allen.
Allen. I live on Bryan Drive,
Yes,
and I've been there for 26 years. And when you come down Bryan Drive, down the hill to Big Will's going to the left to 49th Street, there's a little curve there. And I will say the traffic coming around that intersection is coming rather fast. And I have to watch and watch and watch and watch, and I pulled out and had to hit my brakes hard because people are coming from 49th at an excessive rate of speed. So I'm not really sure Allen Lane is the place to put a stop sign. That particular intersection, I don't think there's ever been an accident there, but it really looks dangerous to me. I mean, I pass through it multiple times a day, and I really pay attention. I have to. Coming from the right, I can see traffic clearly. Coming from the left, especially in the summer when the trees fill, it's the last second that I can see cars coming. So I'd like that addressed.
okay.
Allen Lane, I don't really know that that's gonna slow, I can see the purpose
Well,
in slowing down
The
big
reason for
wheels.
there is just the distance. You gotta think the distance it takes a car to go from one set of speed to the other. So you wanna put it at a maximum area to where you're forcing a vehicle to stop, and that's just the reason for that area. Just to help. This is to slow traffic down, not
Sure.
necessarily the egress from Allen. I could definitely look at the other. I mean, we've had issues, and of course, we've put a speed table up through there on Bryan.
Well,
But,
that was irrelevant, to be
yeah.
honest.
well, we had issues there too, so we had to square it.
Yeah,
and
but
we
I've
got
been
it
there
squared.
26 years.
So, but I'll look at it and see, but right now, I mean, I feel like the one stop sign, and here's the thing about stop signs, we can move them. If we feel like one is not working right, then we can always readdress it.
I'm just thinking Allen is really, the area you're talking about, it's closer to the golf course. I could see moving the stop sign down there a little further to slow traffic down. I don't know that Allen Lane is the right spot for it, but as I say, right there at Bryan Drive, it's a very dangerous intersection. It is. And I'd like you to look at that.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's two different issues, so let's just refer it to the police committee,
It's the same.
and we'll make a recommendation. What do you think?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Howard. Anyone else would like to speak to this? All right, then at this time, we will close the citizen participation and public hearing on these locations for potential stop signs. And continuing on the agenda, we have next our continued business. So staying with the theme of stop signs, in the last meeting, we had brought up potential stop signs on Forest Avenue Northwest at 13th Street and 7th Street. There was a comment from the public about parking on 7th Street that could have impeded that intersection. So I asked, again, Chief and Mike Grant was available from Police Committee. They rode that street and also came up with another option, which I think is good. So we're remaining with 13th Street and Forest Northwest, but we're also, in conjunction, you're recommending Forest and 8th Street Northwest. Do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, once again, this has nothing to do with the egress from either roads, but 8th Street is a loop road, so it would help if there is some traffic as far as coming through, because that is an exit where 7th Street, you've got a dead end. 7th Street, we did drive through it. 8th Street appears to be a little wider, but also not near as much traffic that has to park on the street. So, like I said, this is just a 1 block difference. I've had over the years several calls from that general area, so I think this would help control speed through there. So 1 block is not going to really change anything. So I think 8th Street would be just sufficient enough.
Yeah, the speed, the problem comes in when they top the hill at 9th Street, top that hill and come down.
And that
and
was
hit
one
8th
of the
Street, they're
reasons.
wide open.
And that was one of the reasons that I also picked 7th Street, because once you top that hill, but we've looked at it again, I believe, talked to Tim, they would add another stop ahead sign. You don't see many of those because there's plenty of view. But initially, that was one of the reasons I picked 7th Street, just because of that. But after talking and looking at it, there's not gonna be a traffic issue, but we'll just add an extra sign, warning of the stop sign ahead.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Any other feedback from the public on these locations?
I grew up on that corner at 8th, so I'm a solid yes.
All right, well, Chief and Mike, thank you for writing those locations and providing feedback today. All right, continuing on now with ordinances and resolutions. So the first one we'll entertain is ordinance 2026-06. This is an ordinance authorizing the establishment of a four-way stop at the intersection of 13th Street Northwest and Forest Avenue Northwest. You gentlemen have that as printed.
So moved.
A move by John,
Second.
second by Bo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? All right, so carried. Ordinance 2026-06. And then next one is ordinance 2026-07, an ordinance authorizing the establishment of a four-way stop at the intersection of now 8th Street Northwest and Forest Avenue Northwest. You have that as printed, gentlemen? Do we have a motion for this ordinance? Motion by Richard. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mike. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, so carried as well. Ordinance 2026-07. Next, we have some resolutions. Resolution 2026-03, which was spoken to earlier by Ms. Nikki Scott. This is a resolution approving the vacation of a certain unnamed alley requested by Alicia Engel Pate Harrell. And you have that as printed, as long as with the documentation. So do we have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Did you get that, Brandy? Moved by Mike and second by John. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so carried. Resolution 2026-03. Next is Resolution 2026-06, a resolution declaring certain public works vehicles as surplus. Do we have the list? Should be in your packet.
Grant, we'll make money on these dump trucks, right?
We don't know for sure, but
Probably.
most likely, yes.
Yeah. I've seen it in here.
There it is.
We got
We have 6 Kenworth T880 dump trucks. These are all 2025 models. And then we have one 2004 Chevrolet Venture van. So we have 7 vehicles in total. Anybody want to speak to this?
Well, Grant can elaborate more on it. This goes back to our plan of keeping equipment that we can depend on, and then after a set time, selling it. And we think we'll break even for sure and probably make money on some of the sales, so,
Typically,
according to the market.
these have sold for roughly about a $20,000 to $30,000 surplus of what we can buy them for off state bid.
Yeah.
So that's the plan with these. And then the airport vehicle is just a replacement out of the fleet program, so.
Okay. Did everyone hear that? The 2004 Chevrolet Venture Van is an airport vehicle with it being at 22 years of age. So that's something we can sell surplus, and that'll be in an auction type format, correct? And then the dump trucks, for the public's perspective, these are all 2025 models, so we can take these to auction and still make money on what we purchased them at state bid? Yeah, I don't know if that one was on.
Yeah, mine wasn't.
Okay.
So typically, you know, we buy it at state bid, so it gives us a little bit of a discount. But contractors, when they go to these auctions, they want to be able to put a truck on the road tomorrow rather than having to wait 6 months to, you know, for them to build one and order one. So we end up selling it for a little bit of a surplus, and the county does this as well. And Tim suggested we started this last year, and we kind of got the ball rolling on it. So this is our first round.
Okay. And then there's no limitation to us continuing to cycle through this? I mean, we're not going to be cut off or anything?
No.
No.
Okay, on the state bid?
No.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification. I just wanted the public to hear why we would be doing this on 2025 vehicles, so thank you.
We, in theory, we could come out 100,000 plus to the good.
All right. Good business move. Thanks, Tim. Any other comments or feedback? All right, do we have a motion to accept Resolution 2026-06, declaring certain public works vehicles as surplus?
So moved.
So moved by John,
Second.
and a second by Bo. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, so carried. All right, next is new business. First of all, announcing the public hearing for discussion to rezone 700 and 702 Williams Avenue to be on March 17th at 5:30 PM. We just wanted to go on record to announce this public hearing. That'll be at our next scheduled meeting in the evening at 5:30 PM. It will relate to ordinance 2026-05, an ordinance to rezone 700 and 702 Williams Avenue from M1, which is light industrial, to R3, high-density residential. And this will be the first reading. All right? Just wanted to make that announcement, so be prepared for that on March 17th. Also, Mayor has already spoken to the appropriation that was given to the school for the girls' basketball team, and I'm thankful that we can do that as a city and support them. Also, next on the item for new business is to select voting delegates for the Alabama League of Municipalities Annual Convention, and this is held April 28th until May 1st. And I understand, Mayor, that you're willing to serve as our delegate
Yes.
for this?
Yes, I will be at the event, so.
Okay. How do we need to proceed? Do we need to vote on that? We do need to vote for
Yes.
record. It says Brandy.
We
Okay.
got 2 alternates too.
And we've
Yeah.
got 2 alternates. That would be myself as first alternate and then John as second alternate?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
All right. So how does the council want to proceed with this?
I move.
Okay. Motion by Richard to approve the delegates in that order with mayor and then the 2 alternates, and then do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mike. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so carried. Thank you for that. And then last, before adjournment, we have some special events requests for the city park. First of all is Cotton States. They have requested an Easter egg hunt, games and crafts on March 14th, 2026, with a rainout date of March 15th, 2026, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
City Park?
City Park. These are all for the city park, or include the city park. Any action need to be taken on that? we're just,
Just do them all at one time?
yeah, we can do all at one time. And then the next one, the DeKalb County Democratic Party is requesting a No Kings Walk from the office, and I'm assuming that's here, Brandy, from City Hall? Their office,
To
okay.
City Hall.
Yes, thank you for clarifying.
Main
From their
Street.
office on Galt Avenue to the City Park, March 28th, 2026, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You need to speak on that, or you were just adjusting the mic? Okay.
You good with it, Chief?
What are the details?
They had one
That's
last
a-
year.
I know, but that's a long time, 10 to 5, I mean.
I don't know.
Well, there's two issues here. One, you look at the one right underneath it, there's another group wanting to use the park at the same time.
Yeah, we're going to,
Oh.
I'll address that. So,
Well, that, but also, you know, my concern, and I had this conversation with them the last time they wanted to do a walk, is our sidewalks are not very big. And they had a good crowd the last time. They cannot impede the flow of traffic on sidewalks. I have and you get a large group together and that starts happening. So I have a concern about that as far as the walk goes. As far as the park, I mean,
We may handle it separately. Instead of voting all together.
okay.
the last time, they did this was, I'm trying to think the exact, it was several months ago, I can't remember the exact month. But, they just wanted to do the walk at the time. And I talked to them, we'd done this one time before, and I gave them this option of, you know, let them walk to the police department and use the parking lot on the side there, but, I haven't spoken to anybody about it this time.
It'd just be
I
better,
still have an issue about the walking on the sidewalk, because it was a large group the last time. They had a good crowd. When you get that many people, you cannot impede the flow of traffic. You just can't do that. This is an organized event. So an organized event cannot impede the flow of traffic on the sidewalk.
I do know that one of the businesses there, right beside their building, was hampered because of people in front of their store.
I wonder if we just had a time, where we could help them. I mean, they need to be able to participate or do their thing, if we had more of a narrow. I mean, I don't know, I just wonder if, they need,
Well,
I'm not opposed to
if-
it at all, I just.
we got the conflict with the other
Oh, yeah.
thing going too, so, I mean.
So for the public's knowledge, also on that same date, Baby Ray's Boutique LLC requested an Easter egg hunt on March 28, 2026, same day, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., where the Democrat Party requested 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., so there's an overlap, but they're on the same date, so we can't grant a request for both of those. I asked Brandy, and the Democrat Party did submit their request first, so we'll have to entertain that one first. But John had a good recommendation. Let's do these separately. So first of all, let's look at the Cotton States, an Easter egg hunt, games and crafts on March 14th. And this would be strictly at the city park, correct? There's no march involved, no walk or anything. So this is at the city park on March 15th, or March 14th, I'm sorry, with a rainout backup is March 15th. And this would be from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So how would
I move we approve.
a motion by John to approve this one, the Cotton States Easter egg hunt? Do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion before we vote on this one? Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, so carried. And then, so since the DeKalb Democrat Party submitted their request first, that would be the one. And if anyone here is from Baby Ray's Boutique, or Brandy, if you can get in contact with them, or I'll be happy to contact them as well, just make it available that they can choose another date.
Well, and we also have other facilities in the city.
If-
I mean, they go to the walking park, Rotary Pavilion. You've got options if it's
Correct.
not occupied, right?
Or,
Well,
yeah.
the
or-
problem is the walk itself, it's not showing up at a venue. So according to this, what they're asking for, I don't see how we can approve it after the chief recommended, not allowing the sidewalks to be impeded. So do we need them to submit another request for a venue? Because as it stands now, we can't do this, right?
I mean,
I mean, you can do it, the issue is gonna be just the amount of people
Yeah.
that's walking. I mean, they're gonna, they got their signs, I mean, that's my only concern, and that was my concern with them the last time, which they did walk from their location to the police department. I would recommend the last time, you know, just congregating at the police department, not doing the walk, but they had an event going on, I believe, after their event at the police department. They had something going on at the headquarters too. The complaint started coming in was after that was everybody couldn't fit in the building, so there was a lot standing on the sidewalk that was interfering with the businesses to the side, and there was a call or two made about that.
Chief, could you reach out to them and talk to them and just maybe get some more details, you know, so we can have more communication rather than just, because all we know is just what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe
Just
you-
take no action on it until we hear back from them.
I mean, that'd be the wisest.
And it's March
thing to do.
28th, out of respect to this group or any group, we've got to give an answer, because if we wait till the 17th to give an answer, then it's right up on the date of March 28th. So I feel like, Chief, we have a lot of trust in you, so what do you recommend would be the best place, either only stationary place or a walk, that you would recommend?
My advice is not to walk for certain.
Okay.
The location, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, park's park. They can do the police department. But my recommendation is not to walk for the simple fact of, you know, that amount of, we do not have wide sidewalks. We do not have a wide area. And I can see us getting calls or complaints from,
The business.
businesses and also just people trying to shop in town, so.
Okay. So if we approve this one, we need to state that, we need to be specific and state that it would be limited to just, they could gather at the parking lot down there on Galt beside,
Or the park.
Well, I mean, well, they're asking for the park, so I don't know how,
Well,
We can give them the park and then
yeah, but they didn't ask for the park. They've asked for the walk in the
well,
park.
this walk and the
So,
social
I mean, the
combination.
only thing we can do now is either approve it or not approve it. Right? Chad?
They, in the application, it mentions the park,
Yeah.
so it's the walk and.
Walk in the park.
I mean, everything was peaceful last time, I'm assuming, right?
No, that's not the case.
Everything went fine.
But we did get, like I said, and I talked to him about that before, and that was the concern I told him, is about our sidewalks. And, you know, I think they tried to keep the sidewalks kind of open, but there was a lot of folks that just couldn't fit in the building, and you drive by and it was very narrow, and people, as much as they have a right to their demonstration, people also have a right to walk freely and not be
Sure.
harassed or annoyed, so. That's my only concern, not that they did anything wrong the last time. They didn't, but this walk it can cause problems. Now, with them having everything in the park, where they're asking, maybe that will prevent the congregation in front of their headquarters, because they walked to the department, they did their time there, and it was however long they chose, and then they walked back. They had an event, if I remember right, had an event inside, so that's where. So if they're gonna do all of the event in one location, that might help free that area, and those businesses through there won't be hampered as well.
maybe that's their plan, but we don't know that, right?
Well, I'm certain their plan is they walk.
Walk
and-
down.
Well, that's
have
what they
their event,
requested.
yeah.
They requested to walk.
I mean,
They requested to walk. Well, we can't approve, we can't go in and say, yeah, you can walk, but you can't walk, but you can do this. I mean, they were gonna have to submit what they want for us before we can vote on it.
well, Chief's just saying, last time they walked back, had an
Yeah,
event,
they-
that's
they
where a
walk-
lot of
They
the.
walk to and from, that's,
Right.
like I said, I don't feel like we can, and Chad, help me if
Just
I'm
vote
wrong,
no.
I just don't feel like right now, we can say, you can't do this and you can't do this. The concern that I have is based off of the last time, was the walk and then the congregation that happened in front of the facility. So they did walk the last time, they walked the police department, and we watched, they obeyed the lights, they didn't impede traffic, they didn't get in traffic, they did all that, but once again, we did have some complaints about some businesses, and we just do not have wide sidewalks, and there was a lot of folks.
That was at their little venue, that was at the
Started
headquarters,
from their
right?
venue, they walked from their venue to the police department, and then they walked back, and then they had something going on inside the headquarters at that time.
Is that a fire marshal issue to that many people to be in the building? If,
I believe that's what they were making sure of, they could only have so many inside the building. So there is.
So the rest of them were outside.
But that's probably the reason for the park now, so that they don't go in their building, so they have a place to go.
Right.
I would
So
imagine.
maybe, yeah, if that's where their gathering is, the walk itself wasn't terrible, is what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, it was just the event at the end. So, doesn't sound like the walk was necessarily the issue. It was more the return trip.
Okay. Any other comment?
If they're gonna have, if this first one's approved, it's showing that they're gonna have live music and everything at the park. So if both occupy the park at the same time, it's gonna overrun each other, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
we
can't do that.
mentioned that if the DeKalb Democrat Party is approved, then we'll ask Baby Ray's to reschedule theirs so that
Okay.
they each, or to John's point or somebody else's, they could look at the Rotary Pavilion. They could rent a different property. Is that correct, Brandy? Those other options?
There are, yes, sir.
Okay.
There are other options.
Okay.
And even if they walked, it's 2 blocks further, they'd make the corner and.
And that party won't walk, Baby Ray. That's just
But they
a,
have dibs. They were the first ones to turn in the application.
yeah. All right, so I think we need to consider the DeKalb County Democrat Party No Kings Walk from the office to the city park, March 28th, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they will have to abide by the law enforcement's, standard as far as not interrupting, not getting out into the street. Any other comment? No. Okay. So do we have a motion to entertain that?
Motion.
Motion by Bo. Second?
Second.
Second by Mike. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed,
Okay.
based on on the sidewalk situation Chief came up with. And I'm all for a meeting at a venue, just not to walk.
Yeah, that was, I'm for them being able to walk too, that's what, but I just wish we'd call somebody and say, hey, are y'all gonna do your event at the park? Because if that's the case, then it's really not an issue.
I'll call them and talk to them and maybe recommend it, but at the same time, I think they.
And Chief was diligent in speaking to me before this meeting, and I recommended that following these have already been requested. So, but after these, we should get together in a work session and talk out maybe some parameters as far as what is safest for our city and your department going forward after these. And, as far as a walk or a march, and lay out something that's safe for our city and that is open for any group. And I want y'all to hear that, any group to be able to do what they want to do within reason. So, can't discriminate, can we? No. Mr. Hopper, thank you. So, all right, so that motion carried. And then, Brandy, if you will, contact Baby Ray's Boutique or myself, I can, and we can just ask them to find an alternate date. The 22nd or 21st could be available, correct? Because those dates are the 15th and the 28th, and so,
Or the walking park.
okay, oh,
Oh, that's right.
and that starts up.
Starts
Thank you,
up.
Brent. So that'll be our first third Saturday event,
That'll
so,
be April, won't it?
well, is that April or March?
It starts in April.
Yeah, April.
April, okay, so that's an option. Thank you. All right, any other new business? We have one other one that was not on the agenda. but as a result, no decision was made in our executive session. But as a result of that executive session, and thank you for being patient while you met some of our people in City Hall and met outside in fellowship. As a result of that, the City Council, what's proposed is and we need a motion for this, but what is proposed is a budget adjustment for capital outlay in the amount of $185,000 for the fire department. A budget adjustment for capital outlay of $185,000 for the fire department.
So moved.
A motion by John. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mike. Let's do a roll call.
Yes.
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 All right, so we're unanimous, 5 yes. So any other comments? All right, so that carries, and we need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Bo to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. So that so carries. So thank you for attending today, and thank you for your participation, and have a